road on the show?
We're running into some multi-million-dollar business.
We have 100. I call the meeting to the special town meeting to order. We're a little late, but we have 100. A quorum being present, the special town meeting will come to order. The warrant for this special town meeting was signed by the Board of Selectmen on May 9th, 2018. The warrant is posted on the town's official website pursuant to the town's general bylaws, and the warrant was posted by Constable Emily Ann Mello on May 17th, 2018. Therefore, I declare that the requirements of Chapter 2, Section 3 of the general bylaws of the town and Chapter 39, Section 10 of the Massachusetts General Laws have been satisfied. The moderator and town clerk have appointed the following as tellers for this meeting. On the left side, Lorraine Carboni. On the right side, David Goodfellow. Center and stage, Leah Fabian. Center rear, Leo Bizio. This meeting will be operated in accordance with Massachusetts general laws, the town's general bylaws, and by precedent of prior town meetings. While the town bylaws address some of the parliamentary procedures, prior town meetings have relied upon the volume town meeting time as the standard for conduct at Lakeville town meetings, and it is my intention to continue this precedent. You will note that 2 microphones have been positioned in each of the 2 aisles. They tell me they got rid of the feedback. I ask that if you seek recognition from the moderator, you go to one of these 2 microphones. You must be at a microphone to be recognized by the moderator. When recognized, please state your name, and if you would like to identify your address, feel free to do so. If you have a motion, please have it prepared in writing, and after stating the motion, please present it to the moderator so that the clerk will have it as part of the official record of the meeting. Unlike many towns, we have no standard relative to the length of time someone may speak. Generally, that has not been an issue. However, I will exercise my prerogative to keep the meeting moving if I find that the speaker repeats the same points that he or she has raised. Things like shouting from seats, booing, cheering individual speakers is not permitted. It's the issue that counts. Any member who interrupts the town meeting is unacceptable. In unacceptable ways will be escorted out. Such a member may not return. Do not lose your vote. Stick to acceptable town meeting behavior. As has been past practice, I will allow the maker of the motion an opportunity to speak on the motion before recognizing anyone else. After the maker of the motion has had an opportunity to speak, I will seek the recommendation of the Finance Committee. Then, any other registered voters may speak on the article in question. When the motion comes to a vote, I will ask that you hold up, in this case, we're at the special, either of these cards will allow you to vote, the pink one or the green one. When we go to the annual, it will just be thinking pink. During the voting, if I can easily determine the quantum of vote, I will ask you to lower your cards. However, if there is a counted vote, I will ask you to hold up your voting card and keep it elevated so that the teller can see it and count the votes in your section. The use of the voting card will assure that only the votes of registered eligible voters are counted. Your voting card has a yes and a no printed on it. This is printed in case we have a ballot vote. We may not use it, but it's there just in case. Don't lose your voting card. It cannot be replaced. A motion to reconsider can only be made by one who has voted on the prevailing side. A motion to reconsider is acceptable only if new information has come to light that might have caused members to vote otherwise had the information been available earlier. A motion to reconsider is not acceptable simply because many people have left. This is a parliamentary ploy, and it will not be allowed. A motion to reconsider must pass by a 2/3 vote by Lakeville bylaw. By past town tradition, a motion to reconsider an article can only be made once. Bottled water is permitted in the auditorium. At this time, let us stand and salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. I would like now to introduce the stage members. To my left, Lillian Drain, the town clerk, Rita Gobbett, town administrator, Greg Corbo, town council, Mitzi Hollenbeck, selectman, Aaron Burke, selectman, John Powderly, selectman, George Vahopoulos, finance committee, Dan Holland, finance committee, Ryan Trahan, finance, Catherine DeRoche, finance, Cassandra Hudson, finance, and Todd Hazlitt, town accountant. Before we begin, does anyone require a copy of the warrant? You should have received one when you were checked off, but if you don't, raise your hand and one of the counters will see that you have one. I see no hands raised. Now that you have a copy of the warrant, I seek a motion to waive the reading of the warrant. Do I hear a second? All in favor, please raise your cards. Thank you. All opposed, please raise your cards. It's unanimously passed. Article 1.
Mr. Moderator, I move that the town vote to transfer from available funds certain sums of money in order to defray unanticipated costs for fiscal year 2018 for various accounts in the general fund as set forth on page 3 of the warrant.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Do you wish to speak to the article?
I do. So this is our annual housekeeping article that we do at the special town meeting prior to the annual, which is really where we clean up any budgetary transfers and deficit areas prior to closing out the budget from the previous year. As you see on the town meeting transfer list, the largest of these transfers is always for our snow and ice salaries and our snow and ice expenses. This is because we purposefully deficit spend the snow and ice budget every single year in order, in the event that there's a statewide declaration of disaster, which allows us to recover additional costs if we've deficit spent this particular line item. So every year with our budget, you'll see that we put in $200,000 into the reserve fund in anticipation of what those costs will typically be. The other large components that we have where we're using funds that were not necessarily budgeted for in the original budget would be out of district tuitions for Bristol Aggie. We spend approximately $20,000 sending one student to Bristol Aggie each year. So as more students go to Bristol Aggie, these are students that are signing on during the year or after our budget has kind of been crafted. So those are additional costs that we have to bear as a town. We also have additional costs for legal fees that happened this year, about $31,000 over budget. That's related to a number of different things, including a lot of different developments happening within town. And you'll see the transfers are coming from a lot of different wage line items. Those are for positions that had been requested or individuals who left the town that were not filled subsequent to their departure.
Thank you. Does the Finance Committee have a recommendation?
Finance Committee recommends approval.
Thank you. Does anyone wish to speak to the article? No. Very well. We'll move to a vote. All in favor, this is a majority vote, please raise your cards. Thank you. You may put them down. All opposed, please raise your cards. I see no opposed votes. I declare it unanimously approved. Article 2.
Mr. Moderator, I move that the town vote to amend the zoning map as identified in section 3.2.1 of the zoning bylaws by changing the zoning from residential district to business district of the following parcel identified below by assessors map and parcel number comprising of approximately 9.697 acres of land. 9 Harding Street is the address, and the map is 022-002-014.
And the map has been provided, I believe, for you.
Yes.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Do you care to speak to the article?
Yes, sir. Residents from town came to us and they identified a piece of property that was zoned residential, and the residential property was relatively landlocked across a business parcel that's on Harding Street. It's across the street from industrial property, business property. It's adjacent to business property, and it's across from Millennium Circle, which is also an industrial park there in town. And we thought it was a good use for it because there was no other access to the property. But it could be very well used as a business property and then bring in additional revenue to the town.
Thank you. I believe Harding Street is also called Route 44, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I'm on the planning board, and we voted unanimously
That was
to
my next
approve.
question. Okay, thank you. The planning board approved. The finance committee?
We recommend approval.
Thank you. Does anyone wish to speak to the article? Seeing none, we're going to have to move to a vote. This is a 2/3 vote because it's a zoning change. What do I do? All right, we'll give it a shot. If there's one opposed, I have to count. And that's not a threat, that's a fact. All in favor, raise your cards. Thank you. You may put them down. All opposed, please raise your card. Z. I see none. I declare it unanimously approved. That brings us to the end of the special. I entertain a motion to dissolve the special town meeting. Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, please raise your cards. Thank you. You may put them down. All opposed? We are dissolved.